Yo, guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on ASTRAEOS. And in this video, I am going to show you how to beat the new mini-boss that has been introduced, the two boars of death, the fire boar and the poison boar. I'll tell you everything you need to look out for, what you need to do, and how to beat it every time solo so you don't have to worry about anything. I will turn off GCM as soon as we start the fight so I can show you some tips and tricks that you want to avoid. But let's go ahead and get started. So essentially what we're doing is we're looking for this chord right here, 1.284.1. Once you get here, you're going to be between the water and the giant snow mountain. You're going to look for the orange tree. Once you find the orange tree, you are going to get to this area and it's got a big purple ball. Now the purple ball, you'll go up to it and put in the resources and then you will fight it. Now the one thing I'm going to caution you of, big tip, left and right, they are going to immediately spawn and try and attack you. So whatever you're getting back on top of, you're going to want to get back on top of it quickly because they will kill you almost immediately. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I wearing a gas mask? It's because one of them has a torpidity cloud, and that torpidity cloud, no matter how high up you are, that torpidity cloud will eventually knock you out. So have a gas mask or just be very cautious with your torpidity. Now, you could just stack a whole bunch of points into it to try and avoid it, but, you know, I would just wear a gas mask to play it safe. Now, that is the first step that you're going to want to be aware of. Let's go ahead and quickly get back on top of our Kalydonios here, and we're going to go ahead and turn off the actual GCM mode, so that way we can kind of get in on this and show you. Now, you'll see that they kind of run around. You got the fire one, and you also have the poison one right there. Now, you will need a minimum of 3, preferably 4 Kalydonios, and you can see this is why. So they put a special buff on your character and your Kalydonios. One is the flame buff, and the other is the poison buff. They will start this buff when they start stomping in place. If they kind of feel like they're getting stuck, or the game kind of feels like they're stuck in place, it'll start doing like this animation. You see it lighted on fire over there, and they'll start stomping. Now, what do I mean by this, right? So if I show you the buffs, your torpidity is rising and you got farted on. Now, the reason that we care about this one a lot is because if you are not wearing a gas mask, it's going to immediately knock you out. The torpidity on these things is crazy, so just be aware of that. The flame only affects your tame, so that's why we're on a Kalydonios, because obviously once they're imprinted to you, they're incredibly tanky and they do a ton of damage. You don't really need to worry about torpidity with a Kalydonios, which is a huge thing. You just want to basically just keep biting and munching away. Now, the stats on these things are completely random. I've seen them get up to 1.7 million health, and I've seen them have as low as, let's see, yeah, there's 1.4 million health on this one right now. It's got 310% melee, completely random what they spawn with, and they can be crazy, crazy tanky. You see it almost killed this Kalydonios. It's got 19.5k health. It's done about half the damage because it was just fighting it solo. They're incredibly tanky, and yeah, but the benefit is because we can have 3 or 4 Kalydonios out, we can kind of just beat these guys to a pulp with just pure damage all the time. Now, you will need to have your Kalydonios all imprinted to you, and you will also need to have them right around 600 to 700 minimum melee, meaning you probably need 50 wild points at least in melee in order to take these things. Now the benefit is kind of crazy. They give you some stupid loot. I think I might lose that Kalydonios, but you're also going to want some good saddles if you can afford it, and then you shouldn't have a single problem in this fight. Now, the reason that we're using the Kalydonios is due to the fact that torpidity does not really matter, because it's the ability to do a ton of damage, and the torpidity doesn't matter. Any normal tame is getting knocked out by this thing. First off, if they can just survive, it's almost done 30,000 damage in this fight, so keep that in mind. And this is just random luck. You might get a low health one like we did with the fire one. You might get a high health one like we did with this guy. So these are really the only tames that are going to be capable of it with, you want 4. 4 is kind of like the key number. As long as you got a mate buff with them, that's kind of what we're looking for. So it's almost dead. And as soon as we kill it, we should, there we go. Okay. Now, the loot you get is crazy. This is on 1x. You can see you got some good pre-crafts. You've got some regular blueprints. You get about 30-ish element per one. It's possible to not get element from it, but you usually get a minimum of 30. It's not guaranteed to get that, though. So I got 30 from that one. Which one of you has the loot on you? Not you. Not you. Of course, it's the last one I look at. And then let's see what the other one gave us. It gave us a really good hazard. It gave us 30 more element, megatherium, saddle, scuba, and some other stuff. So you get some really good loot. And this is on 1x, by the way. So I'm just getting these just right off the rip. So 4 Giganotosauruses are just seem to be the right trick for this. And obviously you can see they took a little bit of a beating. So if you can bring even more, that's probably what you're going to need, because these things are kind of crazy. So that is the best way to solo it. Obviously, if you've got more tames and better tames, use those. But this is just like your starting blueprint for these creatures. Anything with bleed damage would be preferable if it's tanky. So you could use some decent Thylas. You could use some decent Allosauruses. And then once the Deinonychus come out, those will be pretty useful as well. But bleed damage, could consider that. Or buffing your creatures with a Utyrannus from behind would also be a useful thing. So anyways, hopefully this video shows you how to get, I mean, it's really crazy loot. You can run it every 60 minutes. So if you've got this down, you can just get a loot farm going. It's kind of nuts. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And yeah, other than that, teach out.